Good girl. Juno. What's your skincare routine like? Mine has actually been the same simple routine since I was 17. I cleanse, put toner, moisturize, and maybe sunscreen if I'm leaving the house. But towards the end of my 20s, I started noticing that my skin was getting less hydrated. So when I turned 30 a few months ago, I decided to incorporate Foreo's UFO3 into my skincare routine. And speaking of, I'm really happy to be partnering with Foreo on today's video. I have a confession. I have used a face mask probably less than 5 times in my life because I'm just too impatient to put one on for 10 to 20 minutes. So what really attracted me to the UFO3 initially is that it takes only 2 minutes or less. Foreo's UFO3 is a deep facial hydration device that offers thermotherapy, cryotherapy, and LED light therapy. So within that 2 minutes, it can offer you the benefits of 5 spa facials. All you have to do is clip on a UFO mask onto the device and then choose one of 8 settings and you're good to go. My favorites are the red, yellow, and white light, so I've actually customized those settings within the Foreo app to my likings. For example, some days when I'm feeling especially puffy, I would choose the yellow light and a cooling cryotherapy. And if I'm doing it in the evening, I will often choose the red light with a warming thermotherapy and a gentle T-sonic massage. On average, I use it about 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm actually really surprised by how these 4 to 6 minutes a week have changed my skin. In the past, As winter warms into spring, it would result in my skin getting these dry patches, and I would be constantly slapping on moisturizer throughout the day. But now it's just constantly feeling hydrated and smooth, and that's why I can't recommend it more. The UFO 3 is hardly ever on discount, but Foreo is giving you a 30% off if you use my link, and the first 50 people who use my code CLOUDY10 get an additional 10% off. Thank you once again to Foreo for partnering with me on today's video. What is happening? What is happening?
Dream about you every night. Guess I'm wondering if you're alright. I wish I didn't do that, but I do. And do you ever dream of me? Or are my visions just a one-way street? If they harm you, it's cause a dream is just a dream. It doesn't
No, it's all blurry now.